Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In, in today's lessons, we are going to explore of the most fascinating and important region of the human body, the pelvis. The pelvis is not just a wall of bones, it's a complex structure that connects the spine with the lower limbs, rotates vital organs, allows the passage of important vessels and nerve, and plays an essential role in movement, posture, and reproduction. By the end of the video, you will have a clear understanding of the bones, joints, ligaments, muscle, blood vessels, and nerve of the pelvis, and also the main difference between male and female pelvis. In this, let's start. The pelvis is formed by several bones that together create a ring-like structure. It's made of the sacrum and coccyx at the back, and the two hip bones, also known as coxal bones. Is all coxal bones and coxal bones. Each hip bone is actually formed by the fusion of the three bones, the ilium, the pubis, and ischium. These three parts meet at the deep cavity called the acetabulum, which is the socket that receives the head of the femur, forming the hip joint. If we if we look at the pelvis from the side, we can identify landmarks. The iliac crest, which we can feel when we place our hands on our heads. The pubic symphysis at the front, where the two pubic bones meet, and the large obturated foramen, an opening that allows the passage of nerve and vessels. The pelvis is divided in two parts. The greater pelvis, which lies above the pelvis brain, and the superior abdominal organs, superior, and the lesser pelvis, which is located below the brain and contains the pelvis cavity, which organ, inferior. There are also significant differences between male and female pelvis. The female pelvis is wider, shallower, and has a larger pelvic inlet and outlet. The pubic arch in women is more open, forming an angle greater than 80 degrees, while in men is more acute, usually less than 70 degrees. These adaptations make childbirth possible. The bones of the pelvis are joined together by very strong joints and ligaments. The main joints are the sacro-iliac joints, which connect the sacrum to the ilium on each side, and the pubis symphysis and cartilaginous joint at the front. Sacroiliac joints, anterior and posterior. Ligaments play a key role in stabilizing the pelvis. The sacral ligaments, both anterior and posterior, are among the strongest in the body, keeping the sacrum tightly attached to the ilium. The sacrotuberosus ligament and the sacrospinosus ligament stem from the sacrum to the ischium, and together they transform the greater sciatic notch into the greater sciatic foramen, and the lesser notch in lesser sciatic foramen. And this sacrospinosus ligament and sacrotuberosus ligament, in these two, in greater sciatic foramen and lesser sciatic foramen. Without these ligaments, the pelvis would not be able to bear the weight of the upper body and transfer its efficiency to the lower limbs. Now, muscles. The pelvis is not only bones and ligaments, it also contains several important muscles that form its walls and floor. On the walls of the pelvis, we find the piriformis muscle and the obturator internus muscle. The piriformis originated from the sacrum and passes through the greater sciatic foramen to attach to the femur. It is an important landmark because many nerves of the sacral plexus emerge above or below it, sciatic nerve. The obturator internus arises from the inner surface of the obturator membrane and it sits the pelvis through the lesser sciatic foramen. The floor of the pelvis is formed by the pelvic diaphragm, a muscular sheath that supports the pelvic organs. It is mainly composed of the levator ani muscle and the coccygeus muscle. The levator ani itself has different parts, such as pubococcygeus and ilococcygeus. Together, these muscles act like a hammer that hold the bladder, the rectum, and infamous the uterus. They play a crucial role in maintaining, counting, and resisting increase in intra-abdominal pressure when we cough, sneeze, or literally something heavy. If these muscles become weak, conditions such as pelvic organ prolapse or incontinence can occur. In vessels and nerve. The pelvis is richly supplied with blood. The main source is the internal iliac artery, which is divides into several branches. Some branches go to the walls and the muscle, such as the superior and inferior gluteal artery, which supply the gluteal region, superior and inferior gluteal arteries. This and this. Others go to the pelvic organs, such as the uterine artery in females, the vesical artery to the bladder, and the middle rectal artery. Here, the internal pudendal artery is especially important because it supplies the perineum and external genitalia. Venous drains generally follow the same pattern, draining into the internal iliac veins and then into the common iliac and inferior vena cava. This venous network is also clinically important, since it provides possible pathways for the spread and infection of tumors. And now, nerve. The pelvis is innervated by the both somatic and autonomic nerve. The main, som- the main somatic nerves supply come from the sacral plexus, which is formed by the lumbosacral trunk and sacral nerves. And these are the sacral plexus life of the piriform muscles and give rise to several important nerves. The large one is the sciatic nerve, which pass through the greater sciatic foramen to support the posterior thigh and all of the leg and foot. Another important nerve is pudendal nerve, which exits the pelvis through the greater sciatic foramen, curves around the sacrospinous ligament, and enters again through the lesser sciatic foramen. It provides motor and sensory support to the perineum and external genitalia. Autonomic nerve also plays a vital role. The hypogastric plexus carries sympathetic and parasympathetic fibers that control the functions of the bladder, rectum, and reproductive organs. This is why damage to pelvic nerve can have affect urination, defecation, and sexual function. Conclusion. In conclusion, to sum up, the pelvis is a central structure in human anatomy. It consists of the bones, joints, ligaments, muscle, blood vessels, and nerve, all working together to support the body. Connect the trunk and the legs, protect vital organs, and allow essential functions such as reproduction and elimination. Understanding the anatomy of the pelvis is not only important for the student of medicine and health science, but also for appreciating how our body works as a whole. And this all, and thank you very much.